Hello, I'm Steve, and welcome to our channel Patio Heat, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Kindly consider tapping that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. Alright, so here we have this residential application, and you can see here we have an existing structure, and they're going to add in a louvered awning over here with a longer or larger deck area. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. Alright, so basically we have a couple of different seating areas, and there's really just two that they want to heat up here. We have this casual seating space over here, and then we have a dining space over here. And a couple of elements that we have to look out for is we have this existing structure here with this eave that comes down. So that is going to be something that we need to work around. And you can see here that the seating spaces are primarily right underneath that eave section and this beam here. So that's going to be something that we want to take a look at. Also, the fact that these are louvered awning spaces here, they don't have anywhere to connect other than on the outside perimeter frames, so that's something else that we have to look at. All right, there are a couple of doors back here that I believe are sliding doors, so we're not concerned about that. And there was no hanging lights or anything like that that we have to be concerned about. I believe the bar area here is going to be just a serving bar area, and they're not going to be concentrating the heat on that space there at all. So we're just going to work on these two spaces here. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. Overall dimensions I have here is 14.2 center to center, and then 14.4 center to center. This space here we're not going to be heating at all, so that's irrelevant. And we have a height of this eave here at 7'2" right there, and then we have this height of the beam at 8'3". We have a section that comes out here at 2 feet 11 5/8 to the outer edge here. So that is the area that we really need to heat underneath. So that's something that's really important as far as this application is concerned. Let me just go ahead and add this one dimension here so we have that. So we have this area here, and that is at 10'7", and let's call it 10'8" there. So okay, let me go back, and we're going to go ahead and turn that off there. All right, so I only have really one option to place these units and still be productive as far as heating up the space. So that would be something in the nature of placing some heaters underneath the eaves over here and still maintaining the clearances to combustibles. That's going to be the tricky thing. So what I've done here is I've taken the heaters, and you'll see, I'll mention what I have here in a second, but drew a line basically from this bottom edge here to this outer edge here, and then took a center point, and that's my center point of the heater itself. So yes, and so what I want you to see here is the clearances above the heater, and the clearances, let's see if I have it here, sorry, let me go to this one over here. Give me 1 second, I'm going to swing this around here. Alright, so the clearance above the heaters, and you can see that what I've done here is I've matched the slope of the mounting bracket as the same slope as the eave structure here, and then I'm able to place the heater just at 0 degrees tilt, meaning it's pointed straight down to the ground, and still I can meet the clearances all around the heater itself, including the outer eaves and the beam over here. We do have some room that we can move the heater up slightly. We probably have about 3 to 4 inches, so if it matters that we really capture this exact space here, we might want to move that up a few inches. I think that'll be okay. We can also change the angle slightly, but in either case, if we change the angle or move the heaters up slightly, we're going to lose some of the throw out here. So that's why I have it basically pointed straight to the ground. Let's go ahead and just look at the clearances below. So below you can see that we're meeting all of our clearances, and that's why we can only really handle about a 2, maybe 3 degree tilt going backwards, because now if we do, we're going to raise up this clearance below the heater and we're going to make contact with this wooden beam here, so we can't do that. And that's why I really want this to have the heater pointed straight down. All right, so over here we have 2 of the CD. These could either be 4024s or 5024s, so those will be dual element units. Probably the CD 4024 would be more than adequate here. And you can also put these on a duplex switch, so you can have, say, 3 in this section here, at least 3 bulbs on, 2 bulbs on, 1 bulb on, all 4 bulbs on, and maintain the heat for this space here. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So this is my concern here. I know that they really are looking to have this whole area heated, but with this height that we have here and the limited place that we can put it, we're not getting the complete coverage I would like, or at least they would probably like. But we're getting, I would say, at least 95% of this overall space. I mean, even if these were chairs out here, these tables, we're still capturing all of the space over here from left to right for the most part. And you can see that we're capturing, I would say, at least 90% of these outer chairs as well. So I think this would be the best option for this space here. Now you could put, if you look back here, you could put additional units out here, but you're really heating up this space over here, and you're not going to really capture much of this area here. Now you might offset that little bit of loss out here, but I don't know that that's going to really be worth it to them. So my best suggestion would be to place 2 of these units within this space. And so basically what I have here is, let me go ahead and get the measurements of the heaters as far as center to center on the units. So center to center I have at 6 feet center to center, and you got good overlapping here, so I think that would be just fine. And that's basically 6 foot center to center, and then the heater centered within the span here to here. So yeah, that would be what my recommendation would be for this space here. And you can see we have pretty good coverage there. Now the dining space here, basically I've just taken the units and centered them within the space. The only mount I have available on this outer side is the structural frame of the louvered awning. And you can see here I have this at about 35 degrees pointed inwards, and that should penetrate this space just fine. And then of course you can see here I have the other one. This is a 4,000 watt unit as well, so these are both 4,000 watts out here. Single elements, those are dual elements, and these are placed in the same place, just centered between this span. So if we looked at the dimensions again here, you can see that I have this at the 2 foot 11 5/8, so that would be a 1 foot 5 3/4 roughly, so to the center of the heater. And then of course mounted the same way. Now we're not going to be able to match up exactly with regards to the rafters coming down here, so you're going to have to put in a block of some sort, or you could actually just get extended brackets. I think these brackets will end up being somewhere in the nature of about 6-inch brackets, or you could just block it, put a block from this edge here to over here, and then mount these brackets to those blocks. It just depends on how you'd want to do that. You can also hang these from a chain if that's something that you're looking for. There's no problem with doing that as well. So there you have it. There we have 4 units total here, and I think we have pretty good heating for the space here. And yeah, I think that's about it. All right, well, I hope this has helped. Please consider hitting that like button, as that's the only way YouTube will promote our channel, and we hope that this is helping out others out there. And thank you very much. Have a great day.